Good morning, Betty. How are you on this beautiful... What's wrong?
I don't know. That was on our door when I came in this morning, and this was with it.
In memoriam, Barnaby Jones, who will die Sunday the 4th. It's funny. I feel fine. Never felt better in my life.
That's 3 days from now. What kind of a sick joke is that?
Oh, forget it. I've gotten crank mail before.
Well, I'm not going to forget about it. I'm going to call Lieutenant Taylor or somebody down in that department if you're not going to, and I'm going to call off the barbecue for tonight.
Look, I'm taking it serious. There's no reason for both of us to panic. We'll have the barbecue at the ranch exactly as planned.
All right. No panic. Barbecue is planned. But are you going to call Lieutenant Taylor or am I?
Well, I think I'll pay him a personal visit. Somebody wants me dead Sunday. Sunday's a rotten day to die.
Your life's darn valuable to me, Barnaby. But not so much I can assign you an around-the-clock bodyguard.
Is that what I asked?
If I were you and you were me, I'd be screaming in your face and pounding a fist for you to get off your duff and protect a civilian like me.
I'm not really worried.
Well, I am. What kind of a mind sends a funeral wreath? A cruel, twisted mind. But that's not enough for us to move on, and you know it.
Who asked you to?
No, you didn't. But what do you want? Later.
List of men I sent up or helped send up. I want you to cross-check that against whoever came out of prison lately, let's say in the last 6 months, and give me a printout on it.
And what about all those names not on this list? The ones who never did any time because their lawyers got them off.
That would make the list too long. I've got to limit it somewhere. A man you sent to prison has got a bone to pick with you. You heard that saying, haven't you, Joe? Work on it, will you?
Okay.
I want to talk to every one of them.
Funeral wreath. What kind of a mind thinks like that?
Psychopath, weirdo.
Daddy, not too fast. I'm getting dizzy. Please, I'm afraid.
More?
No, I don't think so.
The faster the better. You love it.
It's going too fast. No, please.
She's scared.
No,
She wants
I'm
off.
afraid. Please, please.
Hey, don't tease her like that. She wants off.
Who asked you?
I'm a mother, and I know when a child is scared.
And I don't like people butting in my business. What's it to you anyway, lady?
Listen, mister, I've seen her here before, but I've never seen you.
Please.
Who are you, anyway?
Ladies, I'm the little tyke's father.
Daddy, I want to go home. I want to go home.
Just one more thing, babe.
Hey, you can't do that.
Daddy, you're funny.
Race you to the car?
Okay.
Go on!
Oh, you're so late, you two. I was worried, and it's nasty outside. Did you have a good time?
Daddy played a joke on a lady.
Well, you're going to have to hurry. We're late for the doctor. Oh, come on now. Daddy should have brought you home sooner.
Hey, give Daddy a big kiss, huh?
Thanks for the nice time.
Okay, honey.
I mean it, Howard. I want you to see her, but you're just going to have to bring her home on time. We agreed upon a certain thing, and you have...
Don't you ever criticize me in front of our daughter. You understand, Bonnie? As far as she's concerned, we're supposed to be in love with each other. Understand? So don't you ever criticize me again.
All right, Howard.
Yeah, we had a nice time. She's a great girl.
Yeah, I'm glad. I want you to see her whenever you can.
Hey, look, I appreciate it. I really do. It's gonna be a regular thing now. I got a job right here in town, draftsman.
That sounds wonderful.
I learned it while I was in prison. I'm good at it, too.
Well, I'm glad everything's going so well for you.
Hey, you know what? I kinda got a serious girlfriend.
Well, that's very nice.
Yeah, we wrote a lot while I was in, and it's got kind of serious. In fact, I was going to ask you a favor.
What sort of favor?
I want to get her a birthday present. You know, I don't know, she keeps talking about a dress, a nice dress.
Yeah, okay. What size does she wear? What kind?
Just about your size. Hey, she keeps harping about basic black, so why don't you get her a nice black dress, huh?
Sure.
Oh, Bonnie. Here's some money for the dress. And just maybe you could put that in with it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Your money's no good, Danny. Put it away. Give the gentleman another drink. We'll be at the table. Your money never was any good, Danny.
Another milk, too?
Maybe later.
My money wasn't that bad. Passed for 7 months before anybody hollered queer.
How was it in the slammer this time, Danny?
You meet old friends. What's on your mind, Jones?
You working, Danny?
No, Barnaby, I'm not. But it's a funny thing. I don't have to check with you or my parole officer. My parole was over the 17th of last month.
Congratulations.
So?
Do you want to knock me over, Danny?
You? It's not a bad idea. But it's no way to make a buck.
How do you figure to make a buck?
I'm moving to Hawaii. I'm getting married. My new wife has a steady job there. Look for yourself. 2 tickets, L.A., Hawaii. One way. Leaving Saturday, see? You satisfied?
Satisfied? Checked out Danny Gernreich, number 7 on the list. Big fat 0, Joe.
Why don't you just hole up out at the ranch and lock your doors until we can find out if this screwball is for real?
I'm a growing boy. I need fresh air. You mean crawl in a hole and pull it in after me? For how long?
We'll have a final printout on the rest of those names maybe tomorrow.
Barnaby, there's a Jonathan Conroy on the line. He says it's personal. We don't have him in the files.
Excuse me, Joe. Barnaby Jones.
This is Jonathan Conroy, Mr. Jones. You remember me from the Newport Ski Club last 4th of July?
Well, I don't exactly recall, but what can I do for you, sir?
Well, I certainly remember you. You and you knew everything about them guns.
Betty, try to trace this.
You still there, Mr. Jones?
Yes, yes. I was just trying to recall our conversation. I really don't know everything there is to know about guns.
Well, now, I'm fixing to go hunting in a few days, and I just wanted to make sure I took along the right equipment.
What kind of game are you going for?
Well, the animal I'm tracking, Mr. Jones, stands about 7 to 3 inches tall, weighs maybe 180, 85 pounds, and has gray hair. You got any ideas?
Yes. Don't aim that gun at me unless you're hiding behind a rock.
Oh, it'll be face to face, Barnaby. You can count on that.
Listen. Are you still there? Hello? Hello? Any luck?
No, darn it.
Well, I couldn't hold him any longer. Forget it.
He didn't sound familiar to me. A real cutie.
Will you reach your friend?
I reached him. Well, he agrees with you. That's the one. I'll take it. We'll say 20 rounds of high-powered ammunition.
I know you'll find it's everything you require, sir. Sir, I realize the chamber is empty, but a good rule is never point a weapon at anybody. Unless you want to kill him.
You're absolutely right.
Jones, Tamara's too much. Is he a trick horse?
You bet you he's a trick horse. Matter of fact, before I came out of retirement, I taught him quite a few stunts. Because we're probably a little rusty now, but we'll see.
Rusty. If Barnaby isn't fishing when he takes a break, he's out here riding Tamar.
Yeah, it's getting a little dangerous riding in the valley.
Stray Indians, Barnaby?
No, freeways. Well, Tamar, you got an audience here. Step up, folks. Step up a little closer, folks. See Tamar, the one and only. Are you ready? For an encore.
Good boy.
He's a good old boy. He's a good old boy.
Betty, your barbecue is delicious.
Oh, I'm glad I saw you go off your diet, though.
It's gonna take 2 weeks in the gym.
Sorry about that.
Well, I have to get rid of it somehow.
I beg your pardon. I have a delivery for a Betty Jones.
Oh, that's me. A package? Barnaby, what is this, a surprise?
Not from me, maybe from one of your other admirers.
Yeah, thank you.
Looks nice, whatever it is.
Yeah, well, let's see. Hey! It's not my birthday. What is this beautiful dress?
Square at Barnaby Jones' funeral.
You're the last person I expected to see. The last I ever wanted to see. Excuse me if I keep working. I promised this customer.
I don't want to bother you, Mrs. Paget. I want to talk to your husband.
That's a good one. Funny. Funny ha-ha and funny peculiar. I'd laugh, but it's just a little bit too ironic. Well, you can't talk to Marty. So if that's all, goodbye.
It's just for a few minutes. It's important to me, and it might be important to the both of you.
Why all this interest in Marty now? You couldn't care less when you sent him up in '58.
I didn't send him up, Mrs. Paget. He broke the law, and the law sent him up, and you both know that.
What's so important all of a sudden?
Somebody's threatening to kill me.
I hope they do.
It's obvious that it's someone who hates me, and Marty's on that list. Where is he?
In Sawtell Cemetery. He was in a hospital ward all last year, and he finally got his hands on a pistol.
Sorry. I'm really sorry, Laura, believe me.
Barnaby Jones' office, may I help you?
Yeah, this is George T. Lane speaking, L-A-N-E. Is, Mr. Jones there?
Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Lane. Mr. Jones isn't in the office at the moment. Can I take a message?
Well, gee, I do want to reach him right away. It's important. Do you know where I might find him?
I'm sorry, he's due at a meeting at Century Plaza West, and I don't think I'll be able to reach him. He's due out of there about 2:15. Could I have him call you then?
Yeah, no, I'll call back. I'm not in the office right now. Thanks, goodbye.
Goodbye. This just came special messenger.
No fingerprints. Didn't expect any.
Felt pen you can buy anywhere and no trace on that special messenger either.
You can buy this photographic paper in 1,000 stores in Los Angeles.
This is obviously taken. And he returned the dress. Hey.
What?
You remember I told you the man called, never called back?
Yeah.
Well, that's how he got that when I told him where you were going to be. Let me get that name.
The name is George somebody, except it was Jonathan something when he called from the skeet shooting club. No, names and sound of voices aren't going to help us now.
Barnaby, all this, the wreath, those pictures. Why would anybody?
Go to all that trouble?
Yeah.
He wants me to sweat, pulling the wings off the fly.
You want me to call Joe Taylor?
No, not just yet. Betty, if I asked you to draw a circle on something, what would you use?
Size of these?
Size of those and as perfect as those.
Oh, water glass, bottom of a coffee can, maybe?
No, perfect.
One of those, whatchamacallits the kids use in school.
These weren't drawn by any kids, and those whatchamacallits are a compass or a pair of dividers. Perfect circle. Right on the nose. Now, each one of these prints has a little hole right in the middle of the circle. And these crosshairs he drew in, you could draft plans with those right angles. So who are we up against? What kind of profession would you say we might be dealing with?
An engineer? Draftsman, maybe?
They teach drafting in penitentiaries.
A draftsman. A draftsman who's a real cutie.
Thank you.
Roger Gossett, 1940 North Channel Road, Santa Monica. Released from Chino Authority 29 November last year.
Anybody else?
Negative.
Okay, thanks. Roger Gossett, Barnaby. Unless it's somebody convicted on a federal rap and sent out of state, Gossett's got to be your man.
Have you checked the disposition of those sent to federal penitentiaries?
Sure, it's in the works. We should be getting a teletype from Washington any time now. But I'll bet it's Gossett. He's local, he's a draftsman, and he learned it in jail.
Roger, are you too busy to see anybody?
No, Mom, send him in.
Hello, Gossett.
Barnaby Jones? I don't believe it. Hey, it's good to see you, no kidding. How about a cup of coffee?
No, thanks. Good to see you, too. How's it going?
Oh, great, great. Whole new career. Couldn't be better. Say, what brings you here?
Somebody's trying to kill me. I thought maybe you.
Why should I want to kill you, Mr. Jones? You did me a favor, you know.
I did? How do you figure?
Well, look, when you nabbed me, man, I was dying. I had a habit I was pushing. Now I'm clean, I'm working. I got a future. Besides, I couldn't very well kill you even if I wanted to.
Why not?
You remember the New Year's riots at Chino, don't you? See, I figured if I had to make a trade, losing my mobility, but finding myself, well, that's more than a lot of guys ever get, isn't it? So, like I said, between what you did and getting the education in prison, I gotta figure somebody did me a favor.
I see. Oh, no, no, that's all right. Listen, thank you for that. Bye.
Thank who for what?
Well, it worked out like this. There were only 2 men sent up on federal charges. Setlin is still in Leavenworth. But in Atlanta.
Howard Lee. Fraud.
No. He was released last week. And he has a trade school qualification in...
Drafting.
Drafting. Production artist, rendering, like that. They said he's an exceptionally fine student.
Did they know where he went on the outside?
No, he served his full sentence, was released. That's all the warden knew. What now?
I can take it from here.
Take it where?
Well, there are plenty of places where I can look for him. Old address, old friends, hangouts. Don't worry about it.
What do you mean, don't worry about it?
Well, you got things to do, and thanks.
For what?
I think you just saved my life.
We still have to get through tomorrow.
Oh, you got any special plans for...
Barnaby.
I'd like you to plan to spend tonight and all day tomorrow at the ranch.
All right. What about you?
Oh, I'll be here. I won't be able to cover all the bases I want anyway. I'm going to ask Joe to let me use a couple of hotlines. I might ask some of the off-duty boys to help me out. I'll be here till I poop out, and when I get sleepy, I'll sack in on the daybed.
I don't like it.
Nobody's asking you to like it.
You sure you'll be all right?
I've done it before.
You will eat something, won't you? Which reminds me, I've got to do some shopping. Cupboards look pretty skimpy after the barbecue.
You can take off any time. Oh, honey, before you go, would you get me Joe? Look. We're better off than we were an hour ago. Before, all we knew was that there was somebody out there wiring a booby trap for me. At least now I know what the booby trap looks like.
Betty Jones, isn't it?
I beg your pardon?
Betty Jones, Hal's wife? I'm Brian Harper.
I'm sorry.
UCLA. I was a friend of Hal's, and you and I met several times after the games. Well, obviously you don't remember.
Forgive me. Brian Harper? Yeah. How do you do?
Yeah, Hal and I were in the swimming team together, and we were both Sigma Phi's, the literary society. I was in the Bahamas when I heard about Hal. Sorry, Betty.
He's quite a guy.
How's Barnaby?
He's fine.
Well, I met him once.
Oh.
Yeah, after that famous water polo game against Berkeley.
Oh, yes, I remember that one.
Well, give him my regards.
I'll do that.
It's nice to see you again, Betty.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. You out of gas?
Out of something, Betty.
Well, listen, there's a gas station a couple blocks down. You want me to give you a lift?
Gee, you sure I'm not putting you out?
No problem. Come on.
Okay.
Oh, thanks.
must be in trouble again, Mr. Jones. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here.
I wanted to be sure. That's why I want to talk to him.
But I never know when he's going to show up. I mean, we are divorced, you know, when he was in. Howard only comes by when he's visiting Chris.
Where's he living now, Miss Lee?
I really don't know that. Can't you tell me why you're looking for him?
You know if he's got a job?
I think he does. He has a good job with a drafting firm or something.
He does nice work. He do his own printing, too?
Yes, it always was a hobby of his. You know what pictures like this would cost done professionally? Now when everything was seeming to work out for him, he even has a girl. They like each other a lot. I even bought a present for Howard.
A dress.
Yes, that's a very good guess.
A black dress.
How did you know that?
Thank you very much for talking to me, Miss Lee.
But Mr. Jones, do you want me to tell him that you're looking for him, or?
I think he knows.
Don't come in shooting, Barnaby. Just me. Just looking after the store.
How we doing?
Not a peep around here. McManus called in about 9:30. He'd hit 3 of the addresses. Nothing. Going out to Hollenbeck now.
How am I going to square it with you guys? On your own time? You're experts. I get paid for working.
Shut up and eat your pie. Did you have anything to eat at all?
Yeah, sandwich somewhere in the car. Blanks, huh?
Me, I don't expect him to make a move until Sunday. These psychos get hooked on a battle plan. They follow it. Did his ex-wife open up? But Howard is in town.
It's Howard Lee, Joe. He's a draftsman. Camera is his hobby. He asked his wife to buy a black dress for a present. Pass inspection?
You both pass inspection.
I hope we can say the same thing Monday morning. Why did you get some sleep?
You kicking me out?
With thanks.
Okay. Okay, I'll lock up. You take care.
Hello?
Barnaby?
Betty? You all right?
not. Barney.
Hello?
Hello, Betty.
Well, don't worry. He'll call back. He'll dial frantically. I bet he wishes now the foreman would stay on Sundays.
Barnaby, he wants you to come alone.
Do what Howard says, Barnaby.
Lee, if you harm her in any way, She's just leverage.
It's you I want. Like I said, you and I, face to face.
I'll be out. I'll be there in 40 minutes. Don't you hurt her.
No mistakes, Barnaby. No tricks. Just remember, I can see in all directions out here. No innocent pickup trucks cruising by or horse vans. And if a helicopter just happens to fly over, well, I'm not sure what I might do. It might make me think you were going back on your word.
How can I help it if a car...
You just better. Hang up now, dear.
Barnaby, don't worry about me.
Do you usually have a big breakfast, or is it just toast and coffee or something like that?
What?
Well, I don't want to cause any trouble, but I thought you might be hungry, too.
You want me to fix you breakfast?
I would appreciate it, Betty. Though I don't want you to put yourself out.
What do you want?
Well, scrambled eggs or an omelet. Either one would be fine. Whatever you want, Betty, would be fine with me.
Would you like some orange juice?
Great. Frozen?
We have 6 trees.
Must be nice to have fresh orange juice anytime you want. You know, I've learned a lot about you two lately. I've learned a lot. What gets me is how you can stand it. I know the hours you put in, alone in the same room with him, all the time, every day.
Barnaby?
Yeah. He likes to boss you around a lot. I know him. I know what he can be like. My father was exactly the same way. They even sound the same. I know that kind. Love to give orders. Yes, sir. No, sir. Have to run the world just the way they see fit. Rules and laws. And if you step out of line, whack!
Barnaby isn't like that.
You know, everybody practically forgot about it. Jones didn't have to keep after me. It was all over, a lousy fraud. Everybody forgot about it. Nobody was even paying him by then. He just didn't want to have a case like that still on his books. What the hell difference did it make? I'll tell you. A gold star for him and 6 years out of my life for me. She'd just been born, too. I knew my daughter 6 lousy months before Jones butt in. Once a week. That's how many times they let me see her. A couple of lousy hours a week. But Barnaby Jones, boy. He thinks he's God Almighty.
You finally made it! Where is she? Where's Betty? What have you done to her?
Nothing! She's just fine! She's in the ring! Why don't you see for yourself? Hey, Barnaby! Are you just gonna stand there?
I'm coming up!
Hold it, Barnaby!
Betty, are you all right?
Hey, Betty, he wants to know if you're all right.
He killed Shane.
I know.
Hey, Barnaby! Why don't you come a little closer? Hey, Barnaby! What's the best thing in your life?
She is.
Good!
Whatever you want, Howard. Just say it.
I've got it, friend. Dead. Dead. You'll be my friend.
Listen, Howard.
Just keep coming, baby. Come on.
You said this was between you and me. Let me get her out of here.
Barnaby.
You all right?
I will be. You?
Soon.
Sunday.
Yeah. Sunday.
Barnaby.
Going to Catalina.
Now? Tonight?
I told you yesterday that it was.
I didn't know that you meant definitely. I thought of maybe having dinner at the club on Saturday.
I'll be back Monday. I'll call you ship to ship.
All right. Hi, darling. Have fun.
Evening, Mr. Carlisle. Scotch? Going out tonight?
Uh-huh. Catalina.
Oh, funny. I never been to Catalina. I mean, there it is, just 34 miles away, but I never been there. Been to Hong Kong on a package tour once, but I never been to Catalina.
Is there a Mr. Carlisle here?
Yes, that's me.
Telephone.
Thank you. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Carlisle. Mike. You told me to call at 8 sharp.
That's right. Meet me at the boat, will you, Mike?
Yeah, sure. When?
Right now. And don't tell anyone. Don't let anyone see you either.
Okay. Hey, why all the spy stuff, Mr. Carlisle?
I'll tell you when I see you. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Mr. Carlisle.
Oh, hello, George. Working late?
Always. A sailor's a beast of burden. A regular jackass.
Except when he's sailing.
No one saw me. I came by digging. What's the deal?
Deal is you take the boat to Catalina. I'll fly over tomorrow and meet you.
I get it. Your wife still.
Yes, you get it. That's right. Some people on my tail. We'll come back together on the boat Monday. Have fun.
You too.
I lost my boyfriend, Mr. Jones. It sounds silly like that, doesn't it? Lost my boyfriend. I sound like some hysterical high school girl.
No, not at all. A human being is a very important thing to lose. Did you go to the police?
Well, no. I've debated all week what to do.
Here's your milk, Barnaby. And it was 1 sugar and a little cream, Miss Barton.
Thank you. Please call me Julie.
Julie? Oh, and you forgot this on my desk.
Oh, yes. This has been kind of upsetting.
Mrs. Jones.
Oh, that's my daughter-in-law.
Dash secretary. It's Betty. He's certainly very attractive.
Yes. And if he only had a little more sense. I mean, was more practical.
You were going to tell me why you couldn't go to the police about your Mike Hartney.
Well, I guess I'd better start at the beginning. Or what's important. Well, what's important is that Mike has really disappeared. Usually I wouldn't worry about that so much because Mike is gone a lot. He crews on boats sometimes. Ensenada, Transpac race, like that. And he's out of the country more than he is in. But this is different. He isn't crewing on any boat now because he always tells me.
About the police was the question.
Well, this time I know why he's hiding. That check. A bad check for $600.
I don't understand. That's hardly a sterling characteristic, passing bad paper.
No, of course it isn't. Even if he had a good reason. It's the only time he's done anything like that. And he thought sure he'd cover it. But when he couldn't, he just disappeared. Completely. But what he didn't know is that just out of the blue, my mom and dad sent me $500 for my birthday. And, well, I covered it just in time.
That still doesn't clear him of passing it.
No. No, it certainly doesn't.
Excuse me. Most detectives send their lab work out, I guess. Sorry about the interruption. You were saying?
I'm botching this all up. I'm making Mike sound so terrible. You must think... Well, he's not that way at all.
You really care about this, Mike?
That's pretty obvious, isn't it?
And you think maybe he's gone for good this time?
Well, if somebody doesn't find him, to tell him I covered the check, I do.
What's his address? Is this it?
You will help, then?
I'll look into it for you.
Oh, thank you.
Now, I guess I better get started. That is, if you're finished with your coffee.
Oh, yes, I have. Well, thanks for everything. I feel so much better now. I just know you'll find Mike.
Well, let's hope so.
Bye, Julie. We'll be in touch. Since when do we take cases like this, huh?
Where would you send her?
On the Carlisle death, the Coast Guard has called off its search for millionaire sportsman Philip Carlisle. The body, they say, will probably never be found due to strong currents and evidence of blue shark in the area. And now back to Rock Time.
Hi, I'm Fred A. Williams. I think my checks might be ready.
Oh, yes, Mr. Williams. Happy to meet you, sir. One moment, please.
Mr. Williams, I'm Eugene Adams, manager of the bank.
Oh, how do you do?
It's always a pleasure to meet one of our friends who banks by mail. Arizona, isn't it?
Yuma. Hey! Meet Fred A. Williams from Yuma, Arizona.
Howdy, Freddie. I'm Diana Stewart from Los Angeles. Oh, darling, I don't know whether I like this naked face look or not. I don't know which is sexy.
What fun finding out, huh? Oh, what a feeling. I'm Fred Williams, a whole new man. I get another shot at it. Hey, little doggy, why aren't we drinking? Huh?
I don't know.
Oh, honey, just a second. Look what I got for you.
Oh, darling. How beautiful.
Now we're Indians, living off the land.
Oh, rich, 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 rich Indians. I love it.
Oh, that's heaven.
And then what?
And then we relax, we goof off, we fish, we make love.
Do you have any trouble with the passport?
No trouble whatsoever. I got them from the same friendly neighborhood passport supplier that sold us all our other IDs.
Good. How's old Dorsey?
Oh, my darling, my wife of 20 years has done nothing in the past 10 except grow older and colder, which is why we're here, right? You know, the one thing I wish I'd be around to see is the look on her father's face next month when he tries to figure out what happened to the trustee account I handled for him. And on Dorsey's, when she realizes how I milked all our assets.
Oh, but passports. Passports, passports. When do we get to use them? That's
When
what
it's
I want to
time,
find out.
that's when. When everything dies down, we'll snuggle in here for 3 or 4 months, out of sight. We'll get used to being Mr. and Mrs. Fred A. Williams. That's our breath. Man, I feel 10 years younger already. Hey! Hey! I get another shot at it!
Mike Hartney, of course I know him. He and my husband were old drinking buddies. Mike had a little talent too, you know. Painting.
Did Mike actually work for your husband?
Oh, the Mikes of this world don't actually work, Mr. Jones. He did odd jobs. Oh, that's fine, Roger. Phil always loved wine, fruit, cheese. I tried to have anything he wanted. Some dessert, Mr. Jones, some fruit or cheese.
No, thank you, Miss Carlisle. I've had my dinner. That's a tricky little gadget, isn't it?
Oh, Phil loved gadgets. Expensive gadgets, expensive cars, expensive boats. Look what it got him. Oh, I beg your pardon, Mr. Jones. You came about Mike Hartney. I'm sorry I couldn't see you earlier today.
Oh, that's all right, Miss Carlisle. Seems that Mike's been missing for the last 9 days.
Oh, he's always disappearing.
On those sailing races, you mean?
Yes, Acapulco, Mazatlan, the islands. And if he isn't doing that, then he's up on cloud 9, wherever that is, with that sexy girlfriend of his.
Miss Barton? No, he's not with Miss Barton. And he's not on any sailing race either, I checked.
Who is Miss Barton?
Julie Barton.
I don't know any Julie. No, I was speaking of Diane. Diane Stewart is the love of Mike's life.
Oh. Well, that's not exactly the way I understood it. Diane Stewart, you say, is that with an E-W or a U-A? Or would you know?
E.W. Frankly, she's a knockout. I can understand how Mike feels.
Do you happen to know where Miss Stewart lives?
Chatham Apartments. I don't know if she's still there. I seem to remember something about a modeling assignment. The Bahamas or the West Indies. Oh, I don't know, Mr. Jones.
Chatham apartment.
Yes, below the strip on Doheny. We dropped her off there a couple of times when the four of us were out together. We were quite a foursome once. Phil and me and Mike and Diane.
Hey, you know what? The Greek islands look great. Remote, but not too remote. And Athens is a real city.
Forget Athens.
Mr. Abercrombie, we were just expecting Mr. Fitch.
Look, I've always wanted a trout fish, especially with flies.
I know who sold you that idea. It was my...
Go on, say it. Say it. Say, will you, Diane, will you say it? Say Mike sold you on trout fishing. Look, we've got nothing to be afraid of. We're brand new. We're Mr. and Mrs. Fred Williams, and nobody knows any different.
More like Mr. and Mrs. Fred Hermit, if you ask me.
You don't get caught doing nothing. You get caught doing something. That's why we're going to do nothing. And I, for one, intend to make the best of it.
Well, at least, could I send for Cotton? Oh, come on, what's the matter with my having my pussycat with me? I miss her more than I miss people.
Forget Cotton. We buy ourselves that villa, we'll have a dozen cats.
It's nobody like Cotton.
You'll get her someday.
That's not the color I want. It's still too dark.
I beg your pardon, but is this or was this Diane Stewart's apartment?
I don't know. Diane somebody. Her lease ran out and I took over. I'm Billy Thompson.
How do you do?
Hi.
Do you know where Diane went?
Nope, I don't know. I haven't the faintest idea. I wish I did because I don't know if she wants all that junk she left out there or not. Say, you can help us. Come here. Is this robin's egg blue?
I know it is.
I'm asking him. Well?
I'd say powder blue.
See? See?
See what? Powder blue is closer to a robin's egg blue than your sky blue.
Oh, I can see it in my mind, but I can't explain it. Come on, get some yellow in that. I think that'll do it. Yeah, yellow.
Oh, Miss Stewart, yes. She's been bringing her pets here for years. She recommends us very highly. In fact, her lovely Persian, Cotton. Does Cotton know you? Well, he's staying with us right now. You have a little animal friend, too?
No. You see, it's very important that I talk to Miss Stewart. Looks like a job for her. I'm with Central Talent, Doctor. Would you have her new address?
Oh, I'm sorry. No. Our client's addresses are as confidential as a pet's personal diet. Excuse me, just 1 minute. It's a new spaniel. He's a little homesick.
Afternoon.
Hi. My grandfather will be back in half an hour. You need a trout fishing license.
That's the best idea I heard all day, son, but it's gonna have to wait. I'm looking for a relative of mine. I wonder if maybe you might have seen her around here lately.
Who? What's her name?
Her name's Diane Stewart.
Miss Stewart. That name doesn't ring any bells. But I sure know her.
That's who I'm looking for.
That's Mrs. Williams. Mrs. Fred A. Williams. They took the Bentley house up by the lake.
Mrs. Fred A. Williams.
I could retire if I could just get Mrs. Williams' makeup concession.
Her name is Mrs. Williams.
Yeah. She buys it all. Shampoo, powder. Bought every jar of Nocturnal Miracle Massage. The last tube of Angel Drops. She asks us for stuff I don't even know what it's for.
You know where Mrs. Williams lives?
Sure.
It's good practice to catch a bushfish once in a while. Any luck?
No, not yet.
Well, you know, I think that you are clutching the rod too tight. Huh? You gotta keep your wrist loose, relax, you know, take it easy. Your thumb should go right in line with the rod here. Mm-hmm. Then center it on a target. Try it again.
Hey, that's
You
pretty
see?
good, yeah.
One thing you got to remember about fly casting, you're casting the line, not the fly.
What can I do for you?
What?
I'm Fred Williams. That's my cabin up there. Can I help you?
Oh, I didn't mean to trespass, Mr. Williams. I just saw you down here, and I... What a beautiful spot.
Yes, it is, isn't it? You just, looking around or what?
Oh, I'm, Barnaby Jones. I'm looking for a man named, Hartney. Michael Hartney.
Michael Hartney. Oh, no.
Well, actually, I think, maybe your wife may have heard of him. Do you suppose I could talk to her for a moment?
Sure. She's up there somewhere. Dan! You ask her anything you want.
Yes, darling?
This is Barnaby Jones. He's, looking for a friend of yours, Mr. Mike's, something of.
Mike Hartney. How do you do, Mrs. Williams?
Mike?
Yes, from Los Angeles. He is a friend of yours, isn't he?
Yeah, sort of. Why?
What do you want him for?
Well, he thinks that he's in a real bad bind about a check, but actually he isn't. When's the last time you saw him, Miss Williams?
Gee, I don't know. A long time ago. A couple months.
And since then, you've been making preparations for the wedding and not seeing many people. That's very understandable. What a fine place for a honeymoon.
How'd you know we just got married? Does it show?
Well, Mike's friend described you as Miss Stewart, that's all. Or maybe I should have said Ms., or maybe I still should.
No. We're old-fashioned about a couple of things, and one of them is Mr. and Mrs. You mean you drove up here all the way from L.A. to get my wife's help?
Well, it was important, and I thought I might get in a little fishing. You know, business and pleasure. Here's a beautiful spot. Mr. Williams, relax.
Oh, yeah.
You know, all this expensive equipment you got here ought to make it easy for you. That's a split bamboo pole.
Uh-huh.
First one of those I've seen in a long time. And you got a nice assortment of flies there, too. Mind if I take a look?
Oh, by all means.
Hand tied.
Yeah, they are.
Here's an interesting one. Is that steelhead?
Yeah, steelhead and trout.
Did you tie this?
Yes, I did, as a matter of fact.
Funny-looking eyes. How come?
Well, you see what that is? Two beads joined together on a beaded chain, and that's painted.
Oh, you son of a gun.
Yeah, it's based on a Lady Godiva, only I added my own ideas. I painted that. I call it a Lady Diane.
You know, this is very interesting. You learned how to tie flies before you learned how to cast flies. I'm an old-time fisherman, and I never ran across anybody who ever did that before. That's it. You're getting it? Right. Well, I guess I've done all I can about Mike up here. Sure do hate to waste this fresh air and unpolluted lake. Say, you wouldn't happen to have some extra tackle I could borrow, would you? I forgot mine.
Yeah, up on the back porch.
Thanks.
Phil, why did you let him hang around?
Fred, can you keep that on your tongue, Fred?
It's all backfired. I didn't mind pretending I was Mike's girl so the three of us could go out together, and it was sweet the way he always left us alone discreetly. It was fun then, but now it's backfired.
Take it easy. The guy's a troubleshooter for the bank, that's all. He's not here to tell Mike he's in the clear. He's looking for Mike because Mike bounced a check, that's all.
Listen,
Cool.
I've got an idea.
What?
Let the old guy prove what an expert he is with all this stuff, and I'll go up to the house and make us drinks, and then I'll dial L.A., and by some weird coincidence, I'll find out where old Mike is, and we'll send the old guy on his way. Then we can relax again and goof off, and whatever that third thing you said was that I kind of like. Would you like something cool to drink?
Yes, thank you. Some milk.
To each his own.
Find what you need?
You got some mighty fine tackle here.
Thank you.
It's mostly ocean tackle, though. I see by your license plates you're from Arizona.
Right.
Well, it's a long way from salt water.
Oh, not so far from Yuma. You know, there's the Sea of Cortez, Gulf of California.
Oh, that's right. Down below Nogales there. Big marlin.
Guess what? I called my girlfriend in Beverly Hills. She ran into Mike down at the marina. I mean, she just mentioned it. I didn't even have to tell her you were looking for him.
No!
You see, my girlfriend's boyfriend, he's part of that bunch who put the getaway in dry dock. They're scraping the hull. Mike's working every day.
That's great. I hoped I'd get lucky up here, but I never figured I'd get this lucky. The getaway, you see.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Williams, I guess I'll have to take a rain check on your tackle there. Sure hate to leave this place. You can bet I'll get back up here as soon as I can.
Have a good trip, Mr. Jones.
Bye. Thanks again. And remember, your thumb points to the target.
Like the vibes I'm getting from that guy, Phil.
I don't care what you're getting. Don't call me Phil again, do you understand? You got rid of him? Relax.
Yeah, what was that crack he made about taking a rain check on the tackle? He'll be back.
Stop being paranoid. Relax. He was just being folksy.
I never did like just plain folk. And incidentally, I don't like rustic cabins and murmuring pines. I've had it.
What do you think you're doing?
I'm packing. I'm all for using those passports right now. Phil, you're hurting me. Stop it.
Okay. We can check on him. You call the Bel Air house. The late Phil Carlisle's house.
What are you talking about?
And you use a southern accent or whatever. And you tell him that you're Mrs. Barnaby Jones and your husband gave you this number to reach him. And that way we can find out if he's been there.
Sure.
Area code 213-459-1082.
I remember the number I was never allowed to use.
Carlisle residence.
Hello, this is Mrs. Jones. My husband gave me this number for emergencies. Mrs. Barnaby Jones. I wondered if you happen to know his whereabouts.
Mr. Jones isn't expected today, as far as I know. He was here yesterday. Would you like me to see if Mrs. Carlisle is available?
He was there yesterday. Oh, no. No, thank you.
How did Jones know you were here? Dorsey doesn't know about this place.
I haven't the vaguest idea of getting out of here.
People who run get chased. We're safe. Who knew you were here?
Nobody.
You mean nobody? Don't you know I can see every wheel in your head clicking?
I didn't.
How did he trace you here?
I didn't tell anybody except.
Except?
Just in case of emergency, if Cotton got sick, the vet, but just the mailing address.
The cat. How can you be so damn stupid?
I'm not so stupid as to stay here, and you're not going to stop me. Fred.
Diane, honey, just a minute, please, don't. I'm sorry. I know. Nobody stops you when you really mean it. Can they? Honey, please, don't. Honey, don't. Stop that. Honey, I'm sorry.
You're sensational when you're like this. You are. I guess it's good for me to be told where to get off now and then, huh?
At least we settled that.
Thank you. Come on.
Barnaby, I checked Marina Del Rey. There just isn't a boat named the Getaway berthed there at all. What next?
Well, I thought I was going to be on my way back home, but now I think I'll hang around up here a little longer, ask a few more questions. Maybe she didn't get the name of the boat straight. Everything else under control?
No problems. Hey, keep me posted, huh?
Bye, honey.
She took 15 6/10, sir. That'll be $6.33. She didn't need any oil. Credit card?
No, cash.
Oh. Say, my grandson, Ray, some of that relative of yours, Mrs. Williams, is a actress? Has she ever done anything on the TV?
Just commercials. She's a model.
Oh.
How much for that?
$6.33. Pretty enough to be one, that's for sure. Most pretty ones like her don't pay so much attention to homemaking, but she sure does.
How do you mean?
Well, the particular way she wants her steaks cut, just so, and extra fancy fruit. She's a goer for that husband of hers, she sure is. Say, what about him anyway? Sticks to himself, don't he?
Does he?
Well, it's been, honeymoon's been 2 weeks or so. He ain't been down here, not even once. Not one soul has laid eyes on him. I'm kind of insulted. Most folks from L.A. or San Francisco think us Tomac natives are real quaint. Back soon now. Safe trip.
Be there in a minute.
Coming. Now, you got to excuse me, Mr. Williams, for using your rain check a lot sooner than I figured.
Well, that's all right, Mr. Jones. What's up?
Well, I guess I just didn't get the information about Mike Hartney exactly right from your wife. So I wonder if it'd be too much of a bother to talk to her for a minute.
Well, she's gone for a walk up on the hill, she said.
Oh. Well, it gets cold enough for a coat this time of the evening.
Well, Diane likes cashmere sweaters, cozy.
Looks like somebody's been practicing fly casting in the living room.
Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it?
I don't want to intrude, but would it be all right if I waited around to see Mrs. Williams when she comes back?
Frankly, Jones, I was going to have some cheese and wine, and then hit the sack for a while until she comes back. This altitude kind of gets you, So unless you want to take the time, have another glass of milk. Why don't you come back tomorrow?
Does it make it taste better when you slice it fancy like that?
As a matter of fact, it does.
Tomorrow, you say. Then I could see the both of you tomorrow?
Probably.
Okay, let's let it stay that way then. In case you run across anybody who might need an office like mine. Oh, sorry, I gave you the wrong one here.
Fingerprints?
Funny you should say that, Mr. Williams. Oh, I guess it's not so funny after all, Mr. Carlyle.
You follow the trail pretty well. From Bel Air to a cabin in the woods. Outside.
I keep my eyes open. Be amazed at what you can see. Funny little fish and flies made by a man who's missing. Fancy little doodads for cutting up fruit.
Back door.
Gonna be messy killing me, Mr. Carlyle. People are gonna look for me.
The lake is deep.
Killing Diane was simple. You did kill her, didn't you? But who's gonna worry about her? Her cat? But with me now, lots of people are gonna worry about me. Lots of different people, like the people down at the store. They saw me come up here again. They're gonna think it's awful funny. All right, hands up against the wall. Don't move. Operator, get me the police.
Miss Williams! I got that new hairdo stuff you wanted.
Mighty fine plan, Mr. Carlyle. You just made one mistake. Picking Mike to kill. Mike wasn't as much of a loner as you figured. He did have someone who cared about him.
I loved him.
There'll be others for you to love, Julie.
I guess so.
You're very young.
I feel awfully old.
Ready to walk back?
No, I think I'll stay out here for a while. Don't worry about me. I like to watch the boats coming back.
The evening light over the marina carried a quiet, cool mist that clung to the varnished wood of the yachts lined up at the pier. Philip Carlyle adjusted the collar of his jacket, his movements deliberate and unhurried as he checked the rigging of his vessel. The tide bumped rhythmically against the hull, echoing the steady rhythm of a plan that had been months in the making. Molly stood nearby, her expression a mix of gentle concern and quiet resignation. She pulled her sweater tighter against the sea breeze and watched her husband work. "Going to Catalina," Philip said, his tone casual as he secured a cleat. "Now? Tonight?" Molly asked, stepping closer. "I told you yesterday that I was going," Philip replied without looking up. Molly sighed softly. I did not know that you meant definitely. I thought of maybe having dinner at the club on Saturday. I will be back, Molly, Philip assured her, offering a brief, practiced smile that reached everywhere except his eyes. I will call you ship to shore. All right, Molly said, leaning in briefly to kiss his cheek. Goodbye, darling. Have fun. Philip watched her walk back toward the parking lot before he stepped into the warmth of the dockside lounge to settle a few final details. The bartender behind the heavy oak counter looked up with a welcoming nod as Philip took a seat. Evening, Mr. Carlyle, the bartender said smoothly, reaching for a heavy glass. Scotch? Going out tonight? Uh-huh, Philip said, nodding as the amber liquid hit the glass. To Catalina. Oh, funny, the bartender remarked with a faint chuckle. I have never been to Catalina. I mean, there it is, just 34 miles away, but I have never been there. I went to Hong Kong on a package tour once, but I have never been to Catalina. Before Philip could offer a polite response, the attendant at the end of the counter raised his voice above the gentle hum of the room. Is there a Mr. Carlyle here? Yes, that is me, Philip said, standing up and taking the receiver from the attendant. Hello? Hello, Mr. Carlyle, a voice on the other end murmured quietly. Mike, Philip said into the mouthpiece, keeping his voice subdued. You told me to call at 8 sharp. That is right. Meet me at the boat, will you, Mike? Yeah, sure, Mike Hartney replied over the line. When? Right now, Philip instructed. And do not tell anyone. Do not let anyone see you either. Okay, Mike agreed, pausing for a moment. Hey, why all the spy stuff, Mr. Carlyle? I will tell you when I see you, Philip said firmly. Goodbye. Philip hung up the receiver, offered a brief nod to the bartender, and handed over a tip. Goodbye, Mr. Carlyle, the bartender called out as Philip walked out into the cool night air. Near the slips, an older dock worker named George was winding a heavy mooring line around a timber post. Evening, George, Philip said as he passed. Working late? Always, George answered with a weary grin. A sailor is a beast of burden. A regular jackass. Except when he is sailing. He laughed warmly at his own joke as Philip continued down the ramp toward the shadowy end of the dock. A few minutes later, a young man stepped quietly out from between 2 stacked storage crates near the edge of the water. He pulled his jacket tight around his shoulders and looked around cautiously. Mr. Carlyle, Mike whispered as he approached. No one saw me. I came by digging. What is the deal? The deal is, you take the boat to Catalina, Philip said, placing a heavy hand on Mike's shoulder. I will fly over tomorrow and meet you. Mike nodded slowly, a knowing smile touching his lips. I get it. Your wife is tough. Yes, Philip replied smoothly. You get it. That is right. There are people on my tail. We will come back together on the boat Monday. Have fun. You too, Mike said, stepping onto the deck and turning key switches in the main cabin. In the quiet, wood-paneled office of Barnaby Jones, the afternoon sun filtered through thin Venetian blinds, casting long slats of light across the desk. A young woman sat in the leather armchair opposite the old detective, her hands tightly folded in her lap. I lost my boyfriend, Mr. Jones, Julie Barton said, her voice trembling slightly. It sounds silly like that, does it not? Lost my boyfriend. I sound like some hysterical high school girl. No, not at all, Barnaby Jones said gently from behind his desk. A human being is a very important thing to lose. Did you go to the police? Well, no, Julie admitted, looking down at her hands. I have debated all week what to do. I am sorry. At that moment, the door opened and Betty Jones stepped into the room carrying a small tray with 2 cups. Here is your milk, Barnaby, she said softly, setting 1 cup on the corner of his desk before handing the second to the visitor. That was 1 sugar and a little cream, Miss Barton. Thank you, Julie said, offering a grateful smile. Please call me Julie. Oh, and you forgot this on my desk, Betty added, handing over a small leather-bound address book. Oh, yes, Julie said, taking it. This has been kind of upsetting. Mrs. Jones, Betty clarified with a gentle smile. Oh, that is my daughter-in-law, Barnaby explained, leaning back in his chair with a warm expression. Secretary. It is Betty. Julie looked at the small photograph tucked into the front cover of her address book, showing a handsome, dark-haired man smiling broadly against a backdrop of sailboat masts. He is certainly very attractive, she murmured. Yes, Barnaby agreed quietly. If he only had a little more sense. Was more practical. You were going to tell me why you could not go to the police about your Mike Hartney? Well, I guess I had better start at the beginning, Julie began, settling back into her chair. Or, what is important? What is important is that Mike has really disappeared. Usually I would not worry about that so much because Mike is gone a lot. He crews on boats sometimes. Ensenada, Transpac race like that. And he is out of the country more than he is in. But this is different. He is not crewing on any boat now because he always tells me. Barnaby leaned forward, his clear eyes watching her attentively. About the police was the question. Well, this time I know why he is hiding, Julie explained, her voice dropping. That check. A bad check for $600. Barnaby raised an eyebrow slightly. I do not understand. That is hardly a sterling characteristic. Passing bad paper. No, of course it is not, Julie said quickly. Even if he had a good reason. It is the only time he has done anything like that. And he thought sure he would cover it. But when he could not, he just disappeared completely. But what he did not know is that just out of the blue my mom and dad sent me $500 for my birthday. And well, I covered it just in time. Barnaby nodded slowly. That still does not clear him of passing it. No, Julie admitted softly. No, it certainly does not. Barnaby reached down into his desk drawer to check a small glass vial he had been testing earlier. Excuse me, he said with a faint smile. Most detectives send their lab work out, I guess. Sorry about the interruption. You were saying? I am botching this all up, Julie said with a sigh. I am making Mike sound so terrible. You must think. Well, he is not that way at all. You really care about this, Mike? Barnaby asked quietly. That is pretty obvious, is it not? Julie said, looking up at him. And you think maybe he is gone for good this time? Well, if somebody does not find him to tell him, I covered the check, I do. Barnaby picked up a pen and pushed a notepad toward her. I will just take his address. Is this it? You will help then? Julie asked, a faint gleam of hope returning to her eyes. I will look into it for you, Barnaby said kindly. Oh, thank you, Julie said, rising from her chair. Now, I guess I better get started. That is, if you are finished with your coffee. Oh, yes, I have, Barnaby replied, standing up to escort her to the door. Well, thanks for everything, Julie said, pausing at the doorway. I feel so much better now. I just know you will find Mike. Well, let us hope so, Barnaby said softly. Goodbye, Julie. We will be in touch. As the outer door closed behind Julie, Betty walked over to Barnaby's desk, holding a stack of file folders. Since when do we take cases like this, huh? She asked, a gentle touch of skepticism in her tone. Barnaby looked at the doorway, then back at his daughter-in-law. Where would you send her? Before Betty could answer, the small transistor radio sitting on the edge of the shelf flickered with news coverage. The announcer's tone was crisp and somber. The Coast Guard has called off its search for millionaire sportsman Philip Carlyle. The body, they say, will probably never be found due to strong currents and evidence of blue shark in the area. And now back to our time. Far away from the damp shores of Los Angeles, nestled high in the pine-scented mountains near a clear alpine lake, stood a rustic wooden cabin. Outside, the sun was bright, reflecting brilliantly off the calm water. Inside a quiet bank branched down in the valley town, a man with a fresh tan and clean-shaven face walked up to the teller window. Hi, I am, Fred A. Williams, he said smoothly to the clerk. I think my checks might be ready. Oh, yes, Mr. Williams, the teller replied with a broad smile. Happy to meet you, sir. One moment, please. Before the clerk could retrieve the items, a neatly dressed man walked out from the inner office, extending his hand warmly. Mr. Williams, I am Eugene Adams, manager of the bank. How do you do? How do you do? Philip Carlyle, now introducing himself as Fred A. Williams, said, shaking the manager's hand with confidence. It is always a pleasure to meet one of our friends who banks by mail, Eugene Adams continued warmly. Arizona, is it not? Yuma, Philip answered without hesitation. A short time later, back at the quiet cabin high above the lake, Philip walked through the heavy wooden front door into the spacious, sunlit living room. Sitting near the large stone fireplace was a striking woman with long hair, unboxing groceries and designer clothes. "Hey," Philip called out joyfully. "Hey. Meet Freddie Williams from Yuma, Arizona." "Howdy, Freddie," the woman said, turning around with a playful grin. "I am Diana Stewart from Los Angeles. Pleased to meet you." "Oh, darling," Diana continued, leaning back on the plush sofa and examining her reflection in a compact mirror. "I do not know whether I like this naked face look or not. I do not know which is sexy. What fun finding out, huh?" Philip laughed, tossing his car keys onto the table and pouring 2 glasses of sparkling wine. "Oh, what a feeling. I am Fred Williams, a whole new man. I like another shot at it. Hey, little doggy, why are we not drinking?" "I do not know," Diana giggled. "Oh, honey, just a second," Philip said, handing her a glass and sitting beside her. "Oh, darling, how beautiful. Now we are Indians living off the land," Diana laughed, holding her glass high. "Oh, rich, 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 rich Indians. I love it." "Oh, that is heaven," Philip agreed, taking a sip and looking out the wide glass windows toward the lake. "And then what?" Diana asked, curling her legs up on the cushion. "And then we relax, we goof off, we fish, we make love," Philip listed off with a triumphant grin. "Do you have any trouble with the passports?" Diana asked, her tone shifting slightly to business. "No trouble whatsoever," Philip assured her smoothly. "I got them from the same friendly neighborhood passport supplier that sold us all our other identification cards." "Good," Diana said. "How is old Dorsey?" "Oh, my darling," Philip snickered, leaning back against the cushions. "My wife of 20 years has done nothing in the past 10 except grow older and colder, which is why we are here, right? You know, the one thing I wish I would be around to see is the look on her father's face next month when he tries to figure out what happened to the trustee account I handled for him. And on Dorsey's, when she realizes how I milked all our assets." Diana smiled, but then looked down at the documents resting on the low table. "Passports, passports, passports. When do we get to use them?" "When it is time, that is when," Philip said firmly, his eyes darkening slightly. "When everything dies down, we will snuggle in here for 3 or 4 months, out of sight. We will get used to being Mr. and Mrs. Fred A. Williams. That is our breath. Man, I feel 10 years younger already. Hey, hey. I get another shot at it." Back in Los Angeles, Barnaby Jones continued his search for the missing Mike Hartney. His investigation brought him to an elegant hillside estate surrounded by manicured gardens and tall palm trees. A liveried butler opened the door and ushered Barnaby into a spacious, beautifully decorated dining room where Molly Carlyle sat alone at a long dining table, sipping tea. "Mike Hartney, of course I know him," Molly Carlyle said, looking up at Barnaby with a calm, refined expression. "He and my husband were old drinking buddies. Mike had a little talent too, painting." "Did Mike actually work for your husband?" Barnaby asked politely, holding his hat in his hands. "Oh, the Mikes of this world do not actually work, Mr. Jones," Molly replied with a light, indifferent laugh. "He did odd jobs." "Oh, that is fine, Roger," she added, gesturing to the butler who stepped forward with a silver tray. "Phil always loved wine, fruit, cheese. I tried to have anything he wanted." "Some dessert, Mr. Jones, some fruit or cheese." "No, thank you, Mrs. Carlyle," Barnaby said. "I have had my dinner." Molly picked up a small, ornate silver device designed for peeling and slicing fruit, turning it over in her hands. "That is a tricky little gadget, is it not?" "Oh, Phil loved gadgets," Molly said with a faint shadow of sadness touching her eyes. "Expensive gadgets, expensive cars, expensive boats. Look what it got him." "Oh, I beg your pardon, Mr. Jones. You came about Mike Hartney. I am sorry I could not see you earlier today." "Oh, that is all right, Mrs. Carlyle," Barnaby replied gently. Seems that Mike has been missing for the last 9 days. Oh, he is always disappearing, Molly remarked, setting the silver gadget down. On those sailing races, you mean? Yes, Acapulco, Mazatlan, the islands, Barnaby noted. And if he is not doing that, then he is up on Cloud 9, wherever that is, with that sexy girlfriend of his, Molly added casually. Miss Barton? Barnaby asked. No, he is not with Miss Barton, Molly said with conviction. And he is not on any sailing race either, I checked. Who is Miss Barton? Barnaby asked, feigning mild curiosity. Julie Barton, Molly said. I do not know any Julie. No, I was speaking of Diane. Diane Stewart is the love of Mike's life. Oh, Barnaby murmured softly, taking mental note of the name. Well, that is not exactly the way I understood it. Diane Stewart, you say, is that with an EW or a UA? Or would you know? EW, Molly answered directly. Frankly, she is a knockout. I can understand how Mike feels. Do you happen to know where Miss Stewart lives? Barnaby asked. Chatham Apartments, Molly replied. I do not know if she is still there. I seem to remember something about a modeling assignment. The Bahamas or the West Indies. I do not know, Mr. Jones. Chatham Apartments? Barnaby repeated. Yes, below the strip on Doheny, Molly explained. We dropped her off there a couple of times when the 4 of us were out together. We were quite a foursome once, Phil and me and Mike and Diane. High up in the mountain retreat, Philip and Diana sat surrounded by travel brochures spread across the carpet. Hey, you know what? Diana said, pointing to a colorful photograph of bright white buildings against azure water. The Greek islands look great. Remote, but not too remote. And Athens is a real city. Forget Athens, Philip said sharply, looking up from his paper. Oh, Mr. Abercrombie. We were just expecting Mr. Fitch, Diana teased lightly, putting on a dramatic accent. Look, I have always wanted a trout fish, especially with flies. I know who sold you that idea, Philip said, his tone turning cold. It was me. Go on, say it. Say it. Say. Will you? Diane, will you say it? Say Mike sold you on trout fishing. Diana sighed and leaned back against the couch. Look, we have got nothing to be afraid of. We are brand new. We are Mr. and Mrs. Fred Williams, and nobody knows any different. More like Mr. and Mrs. Fred Hermit, if you ask me, Diana muttered, looking out the window at the dense forest surrounding the cabin. You do not get caught doing nothing, Philip warned, his eyes stern. You get caught doing something. That is why we are going to do nothing. And I, for one, intend to make the best of it. Well, at least, could I send for Cotton? Diana pleaded softly. Oh, come on. What is the matter with my having my pussycat with me? I miss her more than I miss people. Forget Cotton, Philip snapped. We buy ourselves that villa, we will have a dozen cats. There is nobody like Cotton, Diana insisted with a pout. You will get her someday. No, 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 I hate it. It is not it. It is just. I mean, that is it, but it is not quite it. It is just still too dark. Meanwhile, Barnaby Jones arrived at the Chatham Apartments on Doheny Drive. He walked down the corridor to the door Molly Carlyle had mentioned and pushed it open. Inside, a young man was surrounded by paint cans, brushes, and swatches of wallpaper. Now, I am sorry, but I just cannot stand for it to be that way, the young man was saying aloud to himself as he held up a blue color chip against the hallway wall. Please do not argue me, because I know what I want. That is not it. That is not the color I want. It is still too dark. I beg your pardon, Barnaby said politely from the threshold. But is this, or was this Diane Stewart's apartment? Oh, I do not know, the young man replied, wiping his brow with the back of his forearm. Diane is somebody. Her lease ran out, and I took over. I am Billy Thompson. How do you do? Barnaby said. Do you know where Diane went? Nope, I do not know, Billy answered candidly. I have not the faintest idea. I wish I did, because I do not know if she wants all that junk she left out there or not. Say, you can help us. Come here. Is this Robin's egg blue? I know it is. I am asking him. Well, I would say, powder blue, Barnaby offered after examining the paint chip carefully. See? 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 See what? Billy gestured dramatically. Powder blue is closer to a robin's egg blue than your sky blue. Oh, I can see it in my mind, but I cannot explain it, Billy groaned.
Come on, get some yellow in that.
I think that will do it. Yeah, yellow. Barnaby smiled politely, bade the young painter farewell, and took note of a small pet card left behind near the kitchen counter bearing the stamp of a local veterinary clinic. A short time later, Barnaby walked into a quiet, immaculate veterinary office in West Los Angeles. A distinguished veterinarian looked up from behind his counter as Barnaby approached. Oh, Miss Stewart, yes, the doctor confirmed, checking a card index file. She has been bringing her pets here for years. She recommends us very highly. In fact, her lovely Persian Cotton. Does Cotton know you? Barnaby asked softly. Well, he is staying with us right now, the vet replied. You have a little animal friend, too?
No.
No, Barnaby said, shaking his head. You see, it is very important that I talk to Miss Stewart. Looks like a job for her. I am with Central Talent, Doctor. Would you have her new address? Oh, I am sorry. No, the veterinarian said, closing the drawer. Our clients' addresses are as confidential as a pet's personal diet. Excuse me just 1 minute. It is a new spaniel. He is a little homesick. As the doctor stepped into the back room, Barnaby glanced down at the desk blotter, where an envelope addressed to a temporary forwarding address in the town of Tomac, near Lake Tahoe, was waiting to be mailed. Barnaby committed the details to memory and quietly departed. The sun was high over the shimmering waters of the mountain lake near Tomac when Barnaby pulled his station wagon into the gravel driveway of the local bait and tackle shop. A young boy was stacking wooden crates near the front porch. Afternoon, Barnaby said, stepping out of his car and walking onto the porch. Hi, the boy greeted him cheerfully. My grandfather will be back in a half an hour. You need a trout fishing license, Barnaby guessed with a warm smile. That is the best idea I heard all day, son, Barnaby said. But you're going to have to wait. I am looking for a relative of mine. I wonder if maybe you might have seen her around here lately. Who? What is her name? The boy asked. Her name is Diane Stewart, Barnaby replied. Miss Stewart, the boy repeated, scratching his head. That name does not ring any bells. But I sure know her. That is who I am looking for. That is Mrs. Williams. Mrs. Fred A. Williams. They took the Bentley house up by the lake. Mrs. Fred A. Williams, Barnaby repeated thoughtfully. The boy nodded enthusiastically. I could retire if I could just get Mrs. Williams' makeup concession. Her name is Mrs. Williams? Barnaby asked. Yeah, the boy affirmed. She buys it all. Shampoo, powder. Bought every jar of Nocturnal Miracle Massage. The last tube of Angel Drops. She asks us for stuff I do not even know what it is for. You know where Mrs. Williams lives? Barnaby asked. Sure, the boy answered, pointing up the winding mountain road toward the heavy timber pines at the edge of the water. A short while later, Barnaby walked down a narrow dirt trail that wound along the shore of the quiet lake. Standing on a grassy spit of land extending into the water was Philip Carlyle, dressed in high-end fishing waders, awkwardly flicking a fly rod back and forth over the current. It is good practice to catch a bush fish once in a while, Barnaby called out pleasantly as he approached. Any luck? No, not yet, Philip answered, turning around with a surprised expression. You know, I think that you are clutching the rod too tight, Barnaby observed, stepping closer to the edge of the bank. You gotta keep your wrists loose, relaxed. You know, take it easy. Your thumb should go right in line with the rod here. Then center it on a target. Try it again. Philip adjusted his grip as instructed and cast the line smoothly across the water. Hey, that is pretty good, Barnaby praised. One thing you gotta remember about fly casting. You are casting the line, not the fly. Philip reeled in his line slightly and looked closely at the older man. What can I do for you? I am Fred Williams. Philip introduced himself smoothly. That is my cabin up there. Can I help you? Oh, I did not mean to trespass, Mr. Williams, Barnaby said apologetically. I just saw you down here, and what a beautiful spot. Yes, it is it not? Philip agreed, looking around at the serene scenery. You just, looking around or what? Oh, I am, Barnaby Jones, Barnaby replied, watching Philip's eyes closely. I am looking for a man named, Hartney. Michael Hartney. Michael Hartney, Philip repeated, his face remaining entirely blank.
No, no, no.
Well, actually, I think, maybe your wife may have heard of him, Barnaby suggested gently. Do you suppose I could talk to her for a moment? Sure, Philip said easily, gesturing up toward the cabin. She is up there somewhere. Philip raised his voice and called out toward the porch. Diane, you ask here anything you want. Diana stepped out onto the wide timber deck, wrapped in an elegant sweater. Yes, darling? This is Barnaby Jones, Philip said, leading Barnaby toward the steps. He is, looking for a friend of yours. Mr. Mike's, something. Mike, Hartney. How do you do, Mrs. Williams? Barnaby said, tipping his hat slightly. Mike? Diana asked, a sudden shadow of tension touching her brow. Yeah, it is from Los Angeles. He is a friend of yours, is he not? Yeah, sort of. Diana murmured.
Why?
What do you want him for? Well, he thinks that he is in a real bad mind about a check, but actually he is not, Barnaby explained smoothly. When is the last time you saw him, Mrs. Williams? Gee, I do not know, Diana said, looking away toward the trees. A long time ago. A couple months. And since then, you have been making preparations for the wedding and not seeing many people, Barnaby remarked thoughtfully. That is very understandable. What a fine place for a honeymoon. How did you know we just got married? Diana asked quickly. Does it show? Well, Mike's friend described you as, Miss Stewart. That is all, Barnaby replied evenly. Or maybe I should have said Miss, or maybe I still should. No, 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 Philip interrupted smoothly, putting an arm around Diana's waist. We are old-fashioned about a couple of things, and one of them is Mr. and Mrs. You mean you drove up here, all the way from Los Angeles to get my wife's help? Philip added, turning back to Barnaby. Well, it was important, and, I thought I might get in a little fishing, Barnaby smiled gently. You know, business and pleasure. It is a beautiful spot. Philip shifted his feet nervously, his hands tightening around his fishing tackle. Mr. Williams, relax, Barnaby said warmly. Oh, yeah, Philip chuckled weakly. You know, all this expensive equipment you got here ought to make it easy for you, Barnaby noted, pointing to the tackle lying on the bench. That is a split bamboo pole. Uh-huh, Philip said. First one of those I have seen in a long time, Barnaby remarked, bending down to look at the leather box of lures. And you got a nice assortment of flies there, too. Mind if I take a look? Oh, by all means, Philip said, gesturing toward the box. Oh, hand-tied, Barnaby said, picking up a brightly colored lure and examining it closely under the sunlight. Yeah, they are, Philip said. Here is an interesting one, Barnaby said, lifting a unique fly. Is that a steelhead? Yeah, a steelhead and trout, Philip answered. Did you tie this? Barnaby asked, his tone curious and casual. Yes, I did, as a matter of fact, Philip claimed without missing a beat. Funny-looking eyes, Barnaby observed, turning the lure over in his fingers. How come? Well, you see what that is? Philip explained, warming up to the topic. 2 beads joined together on a beaded chain, and that is painted. Oh, you son of a gun, Barnaby chuckled softly. Yeah, it is based on a Lady Godiva. Only I added my own ideas, Philip said, smiling proudly. I painted that. I call it a Lady Diab. You know, this is very interesting, Barnaby remarked, placing the fly carefully back into the leather case. You learn how to tie flies before you learn how to cast flies. I am an old-time fisherman, but I never ran across anybody who ever did that before. Philip froze for a split second, realizing his mistake, but immediately recovered his calm expression. That is it. All right. Well, I guess I have done all I can about Mike up here, Barnaby said, dusting off his hands. Sure do hate to waste this fresh air and unpolluted lake. Say, you would not happen to have some extra tackle I could borrow, would you? I forgot my. Yeah, up on the back porch, Philip offered quickly. Thanks, Barnaby said, tipping his hat and walking around toward the side of the cabin. As soon as Barnaby was out of earshot, Diana grabbed Philip's arm, her face white with anxiety. Phil, why did you let him hang around? Fred, Philip warned in a harsh whisper. Can you keep that on your tongue, Fred? It has all backfired. I did not mind pretending I was Mike's girl, so the three of us could go out together, Diana whispered nervously. And it was sweet the way he always left us alone discreetly. It was fun then, but now it has backfired. Take it easy, Philip snapped softly. The guy is a troubleshooter for the bank, that is all. He is not here to tell Mike he is in the clear. He is looking for Mike because Mike bounced a check, that is all. Listen, I have got an idea. Let the old guy prove what an expert he is with all this stuff, and I will go up to the house and make us drinks, and then I will dial Los Angeles, and by some weird coincidence, I will find out where old Mike is, and we will send the old guy on his way. Then we can relax again, and goof off, and whatever that third thing you said was that I kind of like. Diana stepped around the porch to where Barnaby was looking through a box of extra fishing line. Would you like something cool to drink? She offered pleasantly. Yes, thank you, Barnaby replied with a smile. Some milk. To each his own, Diana laughed softly, pouring a cold glass from the pitcher. Find what you need. You have some mighty fine tackle here, Barnaby praised. Thank you, Diana said. It is mostly ocean tackle, though, Barnaby observed casually. I see by your license plates you are from Arizona. Right? Diana nodded. Well, it is a long way from saltwater, Barnaby noted. Well, not so far from Yuma, Diana countered easily. You know, there is the Sea of Cortez, Gulf of California. Oh, that is right, down below Nogales there, Barnaby agreed. Big marlin. At that moment, Philip stepped out onto the back porch, a relaxed smile on his face. Guess what? I called my girlfriend in Beverly Hills. She ran into Mike down at the marina. I mean, she just mentioned it. I did not even have to tell her you were looking for him. No, Barnaby said, feigning great delight. You see, my girlfriend's boyfriend, he is part of that bunch who put the getaway in dry dock. They are scraping the hull. Philip lied smoothly. Mike is working every day. That is great, Barnaby exclaimed, grinning broadly. I hoped I would get lucky up here, but I never figured I would get this lucky. The getaway, you say? Yeah, Philip affirmed. Well, Mr. Williams, I guess I will have to take a rain check on your tackle there, Barnaby said, putting down the gear. Sure hate to leave this place. You can bet I will get back up here as soon as I can. Have a good trip, Mr. Jones, Philip said warmly. Bye, Barnaby said. Thanks again. And remember, your thumb points to the target. As Barnaby walked down the drive toward his car, Diana turned to Philip, her arms crossed tight against her chest. I do not like the vibes I am getting from that guy, Phil. I do not care what you are getting, Philip hissed back. Do not call me Phil again, do you understand? You got rid of him? Diana asked. Relax, Philip said. Yeah, what was that crack he made about taking a rain check on the tackle? Diana pressed nervously. He will be back. Stop being paranoid, Philip demanded, turning toward the door. Relax. He was just being folksy. I never did like just plain folk, Diana muttered under her breath. And incidentally, I do not like rustic cabins and murmuring pines. I have had it. What do you think you are doing? Philip asked as she marched into the bedroom and pulled a suitcase off the top shelf. I am packing, Diana said firmly. I am all for using those passports right now. Phil, you are hurting me, she gasped as Philip grabbed her wrists tightly. Stop it. Okay, Philip said, dropping his hands and taking a deep breath. We can check on him. You call the Bel Air house. The late Phil Carlyle's house. What are you talking about? Diana asked, wiping a tear from her cheek. And you use a southern accent or whatever, Philip instructed urgently. And you tell them that you are Mrs. Barnaby Jones and your husband gave you this number to reach him. And that way we can find out if he has been there. Are you sure? Diana asked nervously. 213-459-1082. Philip recited from memory. I remember the number. I was never allowed to use it. Diana picked up the bedside telephone and dialed the digits carefully. After a few rings, a maid answered. Carlisle residence, the voice said. Hello, this is Mrs. Jones, Diana said, putting on a faint southern drawl. My husband gave me this number for emergencies. Mrs. Barnaby Jones. I wondered if you happen to know his whereabouts. Mr. Jones is not expected today, as far as I know, the maid answered. He was here yesterday. Would you like me to see if Mrs. Carlyle is available? Diana's face went completely pale. He was there yesterday, she whispered to Philip before speaking back into the receiver.
Oh, no.
No, thank you. She hung up the receiver slowly and looked up at Philip with wide, terrified eyes. How did Jones know you were here? Dorsey does not know about this place. I had the vaguest idea of getting out of here. Philip snapped, grabbing her shoulder roughly. People who run get chased. We are so consumed.
Ow.
Diana cried out. Now, who knew you were here? Philip demanded, shaking her slightly. Nobody. Diana pleaded. You mean nobody? Philip sneered. Do you not know I can see every wheel in your head clicking? How did he trace you here? I did not tell anybody, except. Diana stuttered. Except? Philip yelled. Just in case of emergency, Diana wept. If Cotton got sick, the vet. But just the mailing address.
A cat.
Philip shouted in utter disbelief.
A cat. A cat.
How can you be so damn stupid? I am not so stupid as to stay here, and you are not going to stop me. Diana screamed, pulling away from him and grabbing her bag. Philip stepped in front of her, his tone dropping into a dangerous, soothing rhythm. Diane, honey, just a minute. Please do not. I am sorry. I know. Nobody stops you when you really need them.
Can they?
Honey, please do not.
Stop that.
I am sorry. You are sensational when you are like this. You are. I guess it is good for me to be told where to get off now. And then.
At least we settled that. Yeah. Come on. Come on.
Down in the small valley town of Tomac, Barnaby Jones stood inside a public telephone booth outside the gas station, holding the receiver to his ear as Betty answered back in Los Angeles. I checked Marina del Rey, Betty reported over the line. There just is not a boat named the Getaway berth there at all. What next? Well, I thought I was going to be on my way back home, Barnaby said into the phone, looking through the glass at the mountain peak above. But now I think I will hang around up here a little longer, ask a few more questions. Maybe she did not get the name of the boat straight. Everything else under control? No problems, Betty assured him. Hey, keep me posted, huh?
Barnaby said smoothly.
Bye, honey. Barnaby hung up the receiver and walked over to the gas pump where the elderly station attendant, Ray, was finishing topping off his car. She took 15 6/10, sir, Ray informed him, wiping his hands on a greasy rag. That will be $6.33. She did not need any oil. Credit card? No, cash, Barnaby said, handing over a $10 bill. Oh, Ray said, counting out the change. Say, my grandson Ray, tell me that relative of yours, Mrs. Williams, is as an actress? Barnaby asked casually, leaning against the fender. Has she ever done anything on the TV? Just commercials, Ray replied, handing Barnaby his change. She is a model. How much were they? $6.33. Frightening enough to be one, that is for sure. Most pretty ones like her do not pay so much attention to homemaking, but she sure does. How do you mean? Barnaby asked quietly. Well, the particular way she wants her steaks cut, just so, an extra fancy fruit, Ray explained, leaning in closer. She is a go-over for that husband of hers. She sure is. Say, what about him anyway? Barnaby probed softly. Sticks to himself, does he not? Does he? Ray chuckled, shaking his head. Well, it has been, 102 weeks or so. He has not been down here, not even once. Not one soul has laid eyes on him. I am kind of insulted. Most folks from Los Angeles or San Francisco think us Tomac natives are real quaint. Back soon, Al, Ray called out to a passing pickup truck. Safe trip. Be there. Coming. Barnaby drove back up the winding dirt road toward the Carlyle cabin. He parked off to the side, stepped quietly out of the car, and approached the wide front porch. The house was deathly quiet. Barnaby knocked firmly on the front door. Philip's voice came from inside as the heavy door swung open. You gotta excuse me, Mr. Jones, for, using your rain check a lot sooner than I figured. That is all right, Philip said coldly, standing in the doorway. Mr. Jones, what is up? Well, I guess I just did not get the information about Mike Hartney exactly right from your wife, Barnaby explained smoothly, stepping onto the threshold. So, I wonder if it would be too much of a bother to talk to her for a minute. Well, she's gone for a walk, Philip said flatly. Up on the hill, she said. Oh, Barnaby noted, glancing toward the hall tree where a lady's cashmere coat was hanging on a hook. Well, it, gets cold enough for a coat this time of the evening. Diane likes cashmere sweaters, Philip said quickly.
Cozy.
Barnaby walked slowly into the center of the living room, his eyes scanning the floor and table. Looks like somebody has been practicing fly casting in the living room, he remarked, pointing to a stray piece of fishing line near the coffee table. Yeah, looks like it. Does it not? Philip replied, his posture growing increasingly stiff. I do not want to intrude, but, would it be all right if I waited around to see Mrs. Williams when she comes back? Barnaby asked pleasantly. Frankly, Jones, I was going to have some cheese and wine and then hit the sack for a while until she comes back, Philip said, moving between Barnaby and the inner hallway. This, altitude kind of gets you, so, unless you want to take the time, have another glass of milk when you come back tomorrow. Barnaby noticed a sharp silver fruit slicing tool sitting on a plate on the counter, identical to the one he had seen in Molly Carlyle's home in Los Angeles. Does it make it taste better when you slice it fancy like that? Barnaby asked quietly. As a matter of fact, it does, Philip said, his hand sliding slowly into his jacket pocket. Tomorrow, you say? Barnaby asked. Then I can see the both of you tomorrow? Probably, Philip answered coldly. Okay, let it stay that way then, Barnaby said, taking a step toward the doorway. Oh, in case you run across anybody who, might need an office like mine. Barnaby reached into his pocket and pulled out a small business card, extending it toward Philip. Oops, sorry, Barnaby said, catching the card as it slipped from his fingers. I gave you the wrong one here. Fingerprints? Funny you should say that, Mr. Williams, Barnaby said softly, his blue eyes sharp and steady. Philip's hand emerged from his jacket pocket holding a heavy snub-nosed revolver.
Oop.
I guess it is not so funny after all, Mr. Carlyle. Philip's jaw set hard. You follow a trail pretty well. From Bel Air to a cabin in the woods. Outside. Barnaby slowly stepped out onto the porch with Philip holding the revolver firmly against his back. Now keep my eyes open, Barnaby said calmly, looking down toward the edge of the blue lake. Be amazed at what you can see. Funny little fish and flies made by a man who is missing. Fancy little doodads for cutting up fruit. Back door, Philip ordered grimly, pushing Barnaby along the railing. Gonna be messy killing me, Mr. Carlyle, Barnaby said softly, not displaying a shred of fear. People are gonna look for me. The lake is deep, Philip replied coldly. Killing Diane was simple, Barnaby observed quietly, glancing toward the quiet woods behind the house. You did kill her, did you not? Who is gonna worry about her? Her cat? But with me now, lots of people are gonna worry about me. Lots of different people, like the people down at the store. If they saw me come up here again, they're gonna think it is awful funny. Before Philip could cock the hammer of the gun, a loud vehicle horn echoed from the driveway as the Tomac store delivery truck pulled up near the cabin. All right, hands up against the wall, Philip hissed, but the distraction was all Barnaby needed. Barnaby turned with lightning speed, grabbing Philip's wrist and twisting the gun out of his grip before slamming him against the porch timber. Philip hit the ground heavily, gasping for air as Barnaby kicked the firearm away and held him down firmly. The delivery driver stepped out of the truck holding a box of supplies. Mrs. Williams, he called out cheerfully. I got that new hairdo stuff you wanted. Barnaby looked up from the pin suspect and offered a brief nod. Operator, get me the police, Barnaby called out to the driver. He looked down at Philip Carlyle, who lay defeated on the wooden planks. Mighty fine plan, Mr. Carlyle, Barnaby said quietly. You just made one mistake. Picking Mike to kill. Mike was not as much of a loner as you figured. He did have someone who cared about him. A few days later, back in Los Angeles, the late afternoon sun was setting over the marina. The boats swayed gently in their slips, their masts clinking softly against the evening breeze. Julie Barton stood at the edge of the pier, looking out over the wide expanse of dark blue water. Barnaby Jones walked up beside her, his coat buttoned against the coastal chill. "There will be others for you to love, Julie," Barnaby said gently, placing a comforting hand on her shoulder. "I guess so," Julie murmured, her eyes filled with quiet sadness. "You are very young." "I feel awfully old," Julie whispered, staring at the horizon. "Ready to walk back?" Barnaby asked softly. "No, I think I will stay out here for a while," Julie said, offering a faint, grateful smile.
Do not worry about me.
"I like to watch the boats coming back."